Let's discuss about format string vulnerability. A format string vulnerability is nothing but it informs a function how to format its output. For example, in C we write hello percentile your percentile d equals O. Your percentile S and percentile D are the format strings. Whereas in that places you can give string like Eliza and percentile is for integers, so you can give 25, etc. in such a way. Now, let us discuss how this vulnerability occurs. The issue occurs when a program passes user control input directly as the format string to the function like printf. For example, there is a function char input 100. That means it's going to take input 100 bits. If it gets input means the user provides input, whereas printf input, it's dangerous because the input is used as a format string. If the user inputs something like percentile %s or percentile %n, the program will try to interpret this as a format specifier but without corresponding arguments. It will start pulling the data from the or memory in an unintended ways. A format string vulnerability attack is a type of software security exploit that occurs when a program improperly handles user-specified input in function that uses format strings such as printf, C, or C++. This vulnerability error is due to the way this function interprets format specifiers like %s, %d, and %n. Let's discuss how attackers use it. Attackers use it for reading memory or writing in memory or crashing the program or for arbitrary code execution. The attacker uses. Reading the memory is nothing but the information leakage. Format specifiers such as percentile, it's an hexadecimal or percentile string, can be employed to read from the stack. Example input is percentile x. Output may leak stack values like deadbeef, leaking the memory contents that may contain sensitive information such as pointers or passwords. Writing a memory, the percentile and specified is especially hazardous as it outputs the number of characters printed up to now to a memory address that is passed as an argument. Under normal circumstances, printf hello percentile and count would put 5 into count. However, if the format string is controlled by the attacker, they pass percentile without acknowledging the argument. They can corrupt the memory by playing with the stack. Now let's see how the crashing the program takes place. Example, percentile n might overwrite a variable or a function pointer, perhaps changing program execution. Inputs such as percentile s without a valid string pointer will make the program differences in proper memory or better code execution. With a mix of memory read and write, and attacker can rewrite sensitive data. That means it can be function return address or GOT pointer, etc. Let's see the block diagram for formatting vulnerability. In this, we'll have addresses, the positions, how the pointer moves, and their int or double is going to be discussed. Okay, this is the stack layout for my print 223, 5. Here you can see that data type as it's 2 double is 3.5. It's first been stored like that. This is how printf accesses the optional arguments. Since here you have age, name, ID, format, string, everything in a very clear way. This is what are the missing arguments in that. Here we have given what is being stored. This is vulnerable program stack layout diagram. Here we have return address, input array, variable address of format string, return address, stack frame, free list pointer. So in this we have using the format string vulnerability to change the memory. We have print stack frame, return address, address of format string, variable address, return address, variable list pointers, and this is the breakdown for the format string in which we can then address A clearly, address B, and where the right operation is done and how the pointers being moved and everything. And this is modify the return address of fmt string, making it point to the inject shell code. Here is the clear diagram. We have the pointer needs to be moved this much distance, like the variable is to the address, and return addresses contain a user input function, frame pointer, etc. Now let's see the code. In this code, first we have been assigned a value to a variable. Later we asked to enter the input, and we have entered it, and we have printed that you entered. When we print input, it's going to cause a vulnerability. This is because it directly uh, going to print the input. So the line uses input directly as a format string. If the user provides format specifier like %x or %, printf will interpret them and access the stack in an uninflated list. This is how the format string vulnerability takes places.